Chapter 4. One of the producers barged into the sunny room where Dash and Dylan Wright had been waiting for the day to begin. "We're going to need you downstairs in 15, said the bouncy brunette, whose name neither boy could remember. "Just a heads up, Kay?" There's been trying to steam the bottom of their final production schedule by flipping through different game apps on their phones. The Wright twins had been professional actors since the age of 5, so they were used to all sorts of people coming in or going into their lives in dressing rooms on a daily basis. "Downstairs?" asked Dylan with a smirk. "For what? Are we shooting the next scene?" The producer raised an eyebrow and continued to look at Dash, as if only his reply, "Mother." Dylan waved at her, trying to get her attention. Hello? Am I invisible or something?" "We're looking forward to it," said Dash apologetically. "Thanks," the producer blinked and then stormed off, as if she couldn't wait for to be far away from both of them. Dash turned towards his brother with a glare. "Am I invisible or something?" he echoed, with rousing daggers in his eyes. Dylan flawed. "What was I supposed to say? She completely ignored me." Dash sighed and then shrugged. "I guess everyone's tired of your tricks." "They're not tricks," said Dylan. "They're jokes." "Jokes don't usually end with people losing money. When you steal from people, they tend to dislike you." "I made less money off them than you think." Dylan crossed over his arms and set his jaw. "But who cares? After the day, they won't have to put up with me any longer. I'm so ready to get out of this place." The twins were nearly indistinguishable from each other. Both had the same dark skin, the same choke drip gem, and the same bright black eyes, the same short curly hair. They had been on a popular sitcom that's a playlist since the age of 5. The show was about a large family whose father was a helpless private investigator. For 7 years, they shared the character of the youngest brother, a cutie pie with a lip whose name was Scooter, but who was often called Scoots, the doctor. I hope I said that right. A stickily sweet running gang that the twins eventually grew to despise, especially when people called them the name in real life. Recently, the sitcom's head writer had decided to write Scoots off the show, sending the character to a boarding school in France. Today was the boys' last day of filming. When they first received the news, Dash and Dylan were crushed. Dash had been partially inconsiderable, so much so that his parents had threatened to bring him to the emergency room unless he calmed himself down. He didn't tell anyone that he felt guilty for not trying harder to stop Dylan from playing his tricks, his jokes. Maybe there was something he could have done that would have allowed them to continue working. Dylan assured him that something better would come along, but the assurance didn't help. Dash had recently begun to experience moments of extreme anxiety for the past few weeks. He began having vivid nightmares about Dylan, In the nightmares, Dylan was in some sort of danger, and it was Dash's responsibility to save him. Dash would wake in the dark, racing down the hallway between their bedrooms to make sure Dylan was alright. Usually he discovered Dylan lying in his own bed, snoring softly, completely obvious to his brother's worry. Then 2 nights ago, Dash had discovered his brother's bed empty, the sheets pulled back in a rumpled mess. Dash ran outside into the night, turning down unfamiliar alleys and desert back roads, until he found himself at a fenced-in abandoned construction site about 3 miles from his home. There, Dash had scrambled around the pock-marked lot, screaming for his brother, expecting to find his brother's body beneath a pile of rubble or trapped inside a dumpster. But when his father showed up with the police, they insisted that Dylan was at home, safe and sound. Later, when Dash discovered Dylan lying in bed, his heart turned over with relief. He couldn't believe it. He'd been certain that Dylan had been out there, needing rescue. Afterwards, the boys had sat up in Dylan's room, late into the night, as Dash explained what he experienced. Dylan had teased Dash, telling him he needed to pull it together, or their parents were going to send him away to a boarding school in France, never to be seen again. Dash had felt better. He ready to fall back asleep, and Dylan offered to help him stay in his room. When Dylan had gotten up to turn off the light, Dash had caught a glimpse of his brother's bare feet. Seconds later, in the new darkness, Dash had been too scared to say he'd seen a flash of Dylan in a strange bed. His soul is black and bloody. "Hey," said Dylan from the corner of the sunny room. "Did you read the email we just got?" Dash shook his head. He'd been lost inside a game on his phone ever since the brown-haired woman had come to call them for the production meeting. "Well, pull it up. This sounds like it might be really cool." Dash saw a text from an unknown number. As he unlocked his phone and swiped the email app, the email's sender was Luxburg Productions, LLC. The subject read, "Urgent. New project for you." Dash felt his stomach jolt. "Dash, Dylan, what's up? Hope you boys are doing well. We're so glad to hear that the troubles with Dad So Clueless haven't squashed your ambitions. As huge fans of Scooter, we knew we had to reach out to you regarding the amazing project we're putting together. We have a script that you'll love to check out. ASAP. We've read that you are both fans of horror films. Have we got something scary for you? A haunted house, several psychotic villains, and a plot filled with twists you'll never imagine. We believe that you two will be perfect for the lead roles, twin brothers who are the heroes of the story. If you'd like to hear more, please let us know, and we'll shoot the script right over on you. All the best, Del Luxburg, President of Luxburg Productions, LLC. Weird, Dylan said. Right. Dash flinched. He hadn't noticed his brother had scrambled across the room to kneel on the floor by his chair. Weird how? Well, I mean, we'll both have to be our own person this time. We've only ever shared a role before. Did you think we would be doing that for the rest of our lives? No, but, you know, the producers always sort of thought their vision of Scooter was better than mine. That's not even close to being true. Dash tried to keep his expression even. He knew his brother was right. He also believed it was one of the reasons Dylan had so often lashed it out at the production crew. On this show, we act exactly the same, always. Dylan rolled his eyes. So? You'll consider saying yes? Dash was quiet for a moment, thinking about his terrible dreams. I'm not sure about being in a horror movie. Just then, both of their phones dinged. Under her email had came Drew. Once again, the sender was Luxburg Productions LLC. Wide-eyed, the boys stared at each other before opening the message. Dash read it out loud. Don't worry, this script isn't too scary. He glanced up at his brother and then looked it around the room, as if a hidden camera was pointed at them. He scoffed, then said, Are they listening to us? Oh yeah, totally, Dylan answered. They're just so determined to get us there. Come on, Dash. The guy probably just had an overthought. Stop being such a wuss. You're a wuss. After a moment, Dash glanced. It doesn't feel good to be wanted again. Dylan slapped his brother's cheek. We're going to be in a movie star. We're going to be movie stars. Okay then, who should write that? Asked Dash. You or me? End of chapter 4.